I was on my way to Lagos Island once, and due to Lagos traffic, I decided to park my car at the tennis club and hop into the Lagos yellow buses. And because I got there very early, I decided I was sitting in front of the bus, and while the conductor was calling for all the passengers to fill the box, I looked over to my left side, and the driver was not there. Then I asked, like, where's the driver? Aren't we ready to go? And the conductor says, no, the driver, he pointed to a direction where the driver was sitting. So the driver was sitting in one of these vendors who sell spirit, you know what I'm talking about, guguru, all kind of stuff. So the driver was sitting there and he was drinking some of the spirit before we were about to leave. And then the bus got filled up. Just before we left, the driver came into the bus, sat in front, and did his prayers. So the driver prayed before we left, and as the bus left, heading towards the mainland, there was a prayer warrior in the bus, and he started and said, "Okay, let's us all pray." So we all started praying. I mean, those who wanted to pray prayed, and some who didn't feel like they needed to pray just ignored. And you know how this in boss prayer warrior prayed in tongue, did everything they needed to do, and then the bus continued towards the mainland bridge. And just as we approached the third mainland bridge, the bus broke down and came to a stop. So the driver and the conductor got down, they checked, and what was the issue? The bus had run out of water. There was no water in the radiator. So somehow they got that, asked us people bought some water, they got that fixed, and then we continued our journey. So less than 15-20 minutes, the bus broke down again, still on Third Mainland Bridge. So driver and conductor got down again. They checked the bus, and this time they ran out of fuel. So somehow we had to wait in the bus while the conductor hopped into another bus with a jerry can to go and purchase fuel. So this must have taken him more than half an hour because we're stranded on the Third Mainland Bridge. So he came back half an hour or more later, and we'll go back into the boat, and then we continue our journey to the island. So basically, the moral of this story is it is not possible to replace prayer or to replace your responsibility with prayers, because prayers and responsibilities goes hand in hand. We're very lucky that day to have been rescued. Okay, but we did all the prayer. The driver prayed, the conductor prayed, all the passengers prayed, the prayer warrior, everyone prayed. But then, even when the bus broke down, the first thing the prayer warrior says, he was complaining. Why didn't you guys do your due diligence? Why didn't you guys check your radiator for fuel? These were simple things. And this is what I'm trying to get. The moral of this story is you cannot replace your responsibility with prayer. It's just not possible. You have to pray and walk. They go hand in hand. Even the Bible says God helps those who help themselves. So unfortunately for me that day, I ended up getting to where I was meant to go an hour later than I planned. And I decided to take the bus because of traffic and ended up running an hour later. And I'm sure I missed my appointment. Most other people must have missed the appointment. Why? Because someone has not taken time to do due diligence. Someone has not done their responsibility, and they have just decided to pray. So this goes to all of us. Pray is very important, to pray, to have a belief in something. But you must not fold your hands and pray. You must not pray and go and sleep. You must not put everything in prayer. You only put everything in prayer when you are working towards something, when you are in a progress. Progress is the name of the game. Working towards something while you're praying. There's always a margin there where it's out of your control. Even the Bible says you should do what you can do and leave what's outside your control. So if you've done your best, your 100% responsibility, then you should sleep peacefully. Do you know why most people worry? Most people worry because they have done a has job. You worry from knowing you haven't done the best you could do. So if you have done the best you can do, then you have no worry. So the moral of this story again, pray and work. Never trying to replace your responsibility with prayer. You might end up being in the same place.